Hey guys, it's Aislinn, and in today's video, we're going to be trying Brite hair color. So many of you guys suggested this brand, so I went ahead, purchased some hair color. We're going to swatch them today, see what they look like. We're also going to be using a color remover to see how these shades come out of the hair. I do just want to mention real quick, my background might look different. I'm not sure if it does or not. I'll know during editing, but if you notice my background looks different, hello, I did move again for the 100th time, but I did buy a house with my husband, so we are now settled and I will not be moving for a very long time. So I'll talk about that in a future video. I just wanted to mention that in case you guys do see the background looks a little bit different. I do have some pre-filmed videos coming up, so I'll have like the old background there, but I was able to finally paint a wall black. All of my YouTube career, I've never been able to paint a wall. I've always just hung a backdrop. Now I'm able to paint the wall, which is amazing. So just wanted to mention that really quickly, but today we are going to be trying Brite hair color. Before we get into today's video, I do just want to thank our sponsor, Scentbird. I'm so excited to tell you guys about Scentbird because it is getting into the holiday season. I don't know about you, but I personally love to switch up my fragrance depending on the season or what type of activities I'm doing. During the holiday, I like more of like sugary, sweet smells. During the summertime, I like more of like fruity, flirty scents. So I'm switching my fragrance all the time depending on my mood or different seasons that are happening. If you don't know what Scentbird is, it is a fragrance subscription service where you can choose one or more designer fragrances to try each month for less than $17. Each fragrance comes with a 30-day supply, which is amazing for people like me who likes to switch my fragrance up often. That way I don't have to commit and pay for a full-size bottle. I have a 30-day supply. I can test it out, see if I like it, and see if it's a fragrance that I want to commit to long term. The two fragrances I decided to try this month are Juicy Couture Viva La Juicy and Ariana Grande Sweet Like Candy. I love Viva La Juicy. This has been my standard go-to fragrance for 10 years. Anytime I'm not sure which fragrance to wear or I just don't want to think about what fragrance to wear, I grab this, throw it on. It is the perfect blend of citrusy as well as sweet. The undertones are caramel, vanilla, mandarin orange, praline, and berries. So like I said, it has that really nice citrusy as well as like warm, sugary fragrance to it. It is the perfect go-to fragrance. I love this scent. Again, my standard everyday perfume. The Ariana Grande Sweet Like Candy also has a really balanced undernote of citrus and sweet. The key notes are blackberry, Italian bergamot, pear, jasmine, sambac, and marshmallow. It is so sugary sweet, as well as, again, having those citrusy undertones. I feel like these are my favorite type of perfumes. I just feel like they're so well balanced while being like flirty and not too sultry. These two are so good, and I'm glad I was able to try the Sweet Like Candy. This one is also going to be going into my everyday go-to perfumes to wear. Here's what the packaging looks like. It comes in a really nice travel size. It also has a locking mechanism at the top here, so you can lock it or unlock it, and then you're able to spray it. This also pops open. And then here is the perfume inside. You guys can see how much perfume you get. This is a full 30-day supply in here. You can also switch out the fragrances depending on what you want to wear for the day. Not only do I like to switch up my fragrance depending on the season, but I also like to switch my bags depending on the season. So right now I'm currently getting ready to switch over to my Christmas bag. So the size of Scentbird makes it super convenient just to toss one in your bag. I have these literally all over. I have them by the front door so I can spray myself on the way out. I have one in my car console. I have one of these in every single purse, so that way it makes it easier for me to switch. The size of these is literally perfect for every occasion. If you're like me and you like to switch up your fragrance often, or you're just looking for a new signature scent, click the link in the description down below or scan the QR code on screen and make sure to use code akaaislinnscott at checkout for 55% off your first month at Scentbird. That only makes it $8 for your first month. Thank you again to Scentbird for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get into trying this Brite hair dye. My filming room smells so good right now. I'm a little too obsessed with the Ariana Grande perfume. But anyway, let's get into the Brite hair dye. Here is the Brite hair color. I purchased 9 shades for you guys, and they also threw in some hair chalk. So this was free with my purchase, which is pretty cool. This is a pink color. It looks like a marker, so we'll open up and see what that's all about. But here is the Brite hair dye. It is cruelty-free vegan hair color. It says it's a moisturizing semi-permanent dye, and it fades between 5 and 30 washes. So there's kind of a broad range there. 5 25 or 30 washes, depending on obviously the porosity of your hair. And it says best results on pre-lightened or like white blonde hair. It says you only need to process for 10 minutes. Here's what the bottle looks like inside. It is a dark gray bottle. I'm not seeing anywhere on the actual bottle it has like the color. It comes in the package of the color, but then the actual bottle inside does not have any labeling, no sticker of what this color inside the bottle is. So I don't like that because obviously most people are not keeping the bottle in this carton. Like, I'm gonna recycle all these and then I just keep this bottle. So I would like it if there was some sort of label on the outside to let you know what color was in here. I got the shade pink, turquoise, red, which this is very clearly orange on the packaging. So I'm curious to see if this is actually gonna be red or if it's gonna be orange. Pastel pink, blue, pastel purple, rose, purple, and silver. So I did get 9 different colors here. I think I bought all the colors. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure I purchased every shade they offered. I'm just going through and I'm writing what color it is on the bottle because if not, I'm going to get very confused with 9 different shades here. These were extremely affordable. It was $7 for each dye, which is super cheap. But when you break it down a little bit, it's actually not that much more affordable than other hair dye. You're only getting 2.5 fluid ounces in here. Most hair dye companies have a 4-ounce option or an 8-ounce option. You're getting half the product for $7. So if you were gonna get 4 ounces of product, it would be $14, which that is more typical of what you would see in a 4-ounce product. Again, you're getting half of 4 ounces here for $7. So it is pretty typical of what most hair dye companies charge. At first I was like, damn, I'm getting a great deal. And then I saw it's only a few fluid ounces and I'm like, okay, it's actually not that great of a deal. But if you don't need a lot of hair dye, you know, and you don't need to purchase large amounts of color, it is nice to have a smaller bottle. All right, here are the swatches. Let's go in with the first shade, which is purple. I'm very curious to see the formulation. Okay, very conditioning based. Let's work it in. Ooh, this color is really, really pretty. The formulation is conditioning, but it's not super, super thick. Definitely glides into the hair really easily. Let's see if it has a fragrance to it. No, I don't smell any sort of fragrance with the dye, so I do think it's fragrance free, or if there is a fragrance, I'm not smelling it. Look how much depth there is in the shade. It's such a beautiful, it's like a Barney purple. Definitely has those pinky undertones, which I love. Let's go in with the next shade, which is pink. Let's see how bright this is. Okay, it's pretty bright. Let's work it in and see. It's a very pretty pink shade. It's kind of a unique color. It's not super cool undertone. It definitely has a warmer, more like orangey coral undertone to it. It's a really, really pretty pink color. It's also kind of a unique pink shade. I just feel like I don't see very many vibrant pinks with this sort of undertone to it. So I like that it's more of a unique shade and not just like a typical pink color that we see with a lot of other dyes. It's really pretty and the dye is very vibrant and it does definitely soak into the hair really easily. I'm not having any problems working the dye into the hair. I'm really excited about the blue color. I'm curious if it's going to be like super dark blue. I think it is. Just yeah, okay. Based on the other shades and how dark they were and pigmented, I figured it would be a pretty pigmented blue. All right, let's work the color into the hair. Super dark and pigmented. I'm so curious to see the red because this packaging looked straight orange. It did not look red at all. So let's see if the color inside the tube is actually red or is it going to be more of an orange? Here we go. Okay, it looks red. It definitely looks red so far. Let's work it in and see the undertones. All right. Has an orange undertone to it for sure. It's definitely an orangey based red, but I would still classify it as a red. Again, formulation is super, super easy to work into the hair. It's not too thick. I feel like some colors are a little bit thicker. This red was a little bit more liquidy. It really came out of that bottle super, super quickly. And I feel like the thinner consistency definitely is going into the hair and like sucking up into the hair a lot easier. I'm excited to see what this red color looks like rinsed out of the hair and see if it looks a little bit more orange. The last bright shade is turquoise. Let's see how turquoise this is. Ooh, such a beautiful shade. I'm gonna say I really, really like the consistency so far of this dye. This color is stunning. Oh my gosh, I am loving this turquoise. This color blue, it's just one of my favorites. Look at how gorgeous that blue is. This might be the prettiest turquoise color I have ever seen. I'm not even gonna lie to you. This color is insanely pigmented. It is so pretty. The undertones are just so spot on. It is such like an aqua-y turquoise shade. It's really pretty. I think this might be my favorite turquoise aqua I've ever found. Moving on to the pastel shades, we're going in with Rose next. Ooh, this is the one that exploded on me, and I don't know if you guys can tell, it is a lot more liquidy than the other colors we've tried so far. Let's work it into the hair. It's definitely very mauve-y, very dusty. It's more of like a dusty rose shade. I think that the yellow undertone from the swatch will definitely contribute to more of those rose tones showing up. But when you squeeze it out of the bottle, it's definitely a pretty dusty shade. Next, we have Pastel Pink. I'm excited to see how pastel this color is. Oh, okay. Beach. Okay, she packs a little bit of a punch there. We love to see that. It's giving bubblegum. It's definitely a lot different of a shade than the other pink, but it is such a beautiful color. I'm not sure I would classify it as a pastel. We'll see what it looks like when it's rinsed. Going in with Pastel Purple. Again, very vibrant. I don't really see pastel in this, but we'll see once we rinse it off. I'm not gonna hate on it. It just looks very pigmented. Okay, now that I'm like blending it in, it's not looking as pigmented, but straight out of the container, that shit looked like a dark neon purple. The last shade we have is Silver. I'm always on the lookout for a good silver color, so let's see if this one is a beautiful silver. Hopefully it doesn't go any funky shades and it's a nice true silver color. So far it's looking good. I'm not seeing any weird blue, green, or purple undertones. It kind of looks a little bit mauve-y, like a smoky undertone to it. Doesn't look crazy, so we'll see what it looks like once we rinse it out. I'm gonna let these process 10 to 20 minutes and I will be right back to show you guys the finished results, and we will mix up a color remover to see if these colors come out of the hair. We are back. Let me show you what the swatches look like. Here are the swatches. They are so pretty. The one thing I noticed the most is how soft the hair is. I cannot even tell you how silky smooth this hair feels. I think this might be like the softest conditioning based dye I've ever tried. Like, it really does make the hair feel so silky smooth. I absolutely love the formulation and the way it makes the hair feel. Here are the colors. Very, very pretty. We have this purple color. It's kind of like a neutral purple. It's not too cool, it's not too warm. It is just a perfect, beautiful purple shade. Look at that. Oh, it's like a royal purple. Here's that pink. Again, very, very warm toned. It's definitely more of, like I said, like a watermelon, like an orangey pink. It's still really pretty and very, very vibrant. The blue is also insanely pigmented. It is a true, beautiful blue shade. Then we have the red, which actually did come out very red. It's not leaning orange at all. I don't look at this and say, oh, this is an orange red. It does look like just a standard regular red color. This turquoise, you guys, oh my god, this turquoise color is so beautiful and so pigmented. I am in love with this turquoise shade. It is so pretty and so rich. This is the only shade I am not the biggest fan of. This is that rose color, and to me it's, I don't know. I mean, I guess you could classify it as a rose, but I just don't really like it or prefer it. It's kind of an odd shade to throw in the mix, and it's just not my favorite. Then we have the pastel pink, and I'm not sure that I would classify this as a pastel. It is pretty neon. It's like a neon pastel, and I'm honestly a little scared to remove this. It's giving very reminiscent times of when I try to remove a certain type of pink color and it doesn't come out of the hair. I see that fluorescentness in this swatch, and it's making me a little nervous to put some color remover on it because I don't think it's gonna come out of the hair. Then we have pastel purple, which is so pretty. This is one of the prettiest pastel purples I have found so far. It is a true pastel lavender purple. It is absolutely gorgeous. Here is the silver color. It is a pretty silver. It's not my favorite, but it is more of a neutral tone silver. It doesn't lean too blue or purple. What I would do is mix the silver and the purple together. I would do mostly this with a little bit of this just to make it a little bit more of an ashy silver, but it is such a pretty neutral silver shade. I went ahead and mixed up some color remover. I'm using Schwarzkopf color remover in 10 volume today, so let's go ahead and apply this halfway down all the swatches, and we're gonna see if they come out of the hair. All right, here we go. Now we should start to see stuff happening fairly quickly. If the purple and the pink's gonna come out of the hair, we should start to see it lift really fast. I'm guessing this purple might go blue. I don't know, could go pink. We'll have to wait and see. I don't think the red's gonna do anything. You guys know color oops is what I suggest for red colors. Normally color oops will take the red right out. I think the blue will probably just get a little bit lighter And I'm not sure the pink's gonna come out of the hair, to be honest with you guys. Not having much faith in the pink colors. I'm not sure that turquoise is gonna come out of the hair either. It'll be very interesting to see what happens to this rose because there's just so many different undertones in this rose shade. I already see the turquoise coming out. You guys, is this not the best turquoise I've ever freaking seen in my life? It's already turning back blonde. Please. Oh my gosh, this turquoise is insane. Okay. The forbidden pink. Let's see what she gives. I do think the purple and the silver are gonna come out. Obviously, it's not like purple is the hardest color to remove, so I do think the purple will go back to blonde, and I also think the silver will. Sometimes silvers can go orange or kind of a weird tone, so let's hope that doesn't happen. And the purple is completely out of the hair. You guys see that? The purple is completely back blonde, which is extremely impressive. That purple is so dark for it to be completely out of the hair. That is extremely impressive, and it happened in literal seconds. I'm gonna have to keep that in mind. Oh, and the turquoise is gone. So the purple and the turquoise are completely out of the hair, and it's been literally a minute. This lighter purple is also completely out of the hair. It's back to blonde. This is crazy, you guys. This hair color is proving to be pretty good. I'm really impressed with it so far. I'm gonna cover these up, let them sit for 20 minutes, and we will be right back to see if any of the other colors decide to come out of the hair. All right, we are back with the finished results. Let me show you which colors came out of the hair. All right, here are the finished results. As you can see, this one actually started going a little yellow, like a yellowish green during like the end of the processing time. So it did come out of the hair, but it wound up going a little yellowy green, which I thought was pretty interesting. The pink color did basically nothing. The blue also did basically nothing. Red, basically nothing. Turquoise came out perfectly, right back to that nice platinum blonde. The rose lifted a little bit, but not too much. This pink did absolutely nothing. I had that gut feeling when I saw this color, like, this is not going anywhere, and it in fact did not go anywhere. Here is that purple. It is so pretty, and it also came out of the hair beautifully. The silver did come out a little bit. It has kind of a peachy underhue to it, but I would still be comfortable using it on my hair because it did lift out to a lighter silver color. So here are the finished results. Some of the colors came out pretty easily. Other ones were a little bit more stubborn. Overall, I really like the formulation of these colors and how soft it made the hair feel. I liked the vibrancy and how easy it was to work into the hair. And depending on the shade, some come out easy, some don't. I personally would not put any of the shades that don't come out on the hair on my head. I would use the purple, even though it turned like a yellowy color, I would still use the purple on myself. I would 100% use that turquoise on myself. I would also use the silver and the pastel purple, but the pink, the red, the blue, the rose, and the pastel pink, I would not put on my hair. The pinks seem to be one of those formulations that's really difficult to remove. The red, again, use Color Oops. That works really well. Normally bleach or bleach-based color removers don't really get out red. The price point is pretty decent. You do have to order them online. I'm not sure if this is a brand that's sold in Target or Walmart or not. I ordered mine online and I don't have a Target or anything near me, so I wouldn't be able to get them in store. But yeah, I like them overall and pretty impressed with the product for the price point. It did come with temporary hair makeup, which is this. It's like hair chalk basically. So let's open it up. I'm not going to use it, but I do just want to see like how to use it because it is shaped like a marker. So I'm like, let's open it up and see. Okay. Oh, is it a spray? Sounds like a, what the heck? It's literally a straight up marker. Look at that, you guys. Straight up marker. So I'm just gonna press it on this. Interesting. I've never seen hair chalk like this before. There it is. So you just use it basically like a marker. That is super interesting. I've never seen hair chalk like that. I feel like it might be a little difficult to apply. You know, you'd have to like take your hand and like really work it on there. It's kind of a small tip. Oh my gosh, it just flung everywhere. Yeah, it's kind of a small tip. So I feel like it would be a little bit difficult to apply as hair chalk, but I don't know. I don't know, guys. It's a cool concept. I don't know how well it would work, but it's a cool concept. And also this hair chalk, insanely vibrant. That is like fluorescent neon pink. I will leave Brite Hair Color linked in the description down below in case you guys want to try it for yourself. And another big thank you to Scentbird for sponsoring today's video. If you guys want to try Scentbird, definitely click on the link in the description down below and use my code akaaislinnscott to save 55% off. That is all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to check out my Instagram. The link to that is in the description down below. I post way more of my everyday life on there. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.